Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes. Look, gang. So apparently, Chrisean Rock is supposedly proving that she did not get her chain snatched when she got into that scuffle in Compton yesterday. Apparently, she didn't lose those chains. That's what she's saying. But does this really prove anything? So here's what I'm gonna say. Since you're saying that your chains didn't get took and that this is definitely a picture you with them chains, let's get a video. I'm not a firm believer yet, because when you responded after you got jumped in all that, where were the chains then? Why didn't you have those chains, or why did you take the chains off? I don't understand. This could very much be an old picture of you holding those chains. I don't know if these pictures are new. I don't know if you just took these pictures. You got to show a video with the chains saying, hey, look, I still got my chains though. You didn't do that. So this looks suspect. I ain't gonna lie. Now, obviously, whoever got them chains right now, I'm sure they're not gonna make a video incriminating themselves, because that wouldn't be smart, right? That wouldn't be the smartest thing to do right about now, right? And if you just came in, make sure you smashing the like button. But she's saying that she still has these chains and that this proves that she has the chains. But to me, that doesn't prove anything. I mean, hey, the mere fact that you even was out there in Compton in general, period, is crazy. By the way, but she also says this, champ. She also says that never been afraid of death. Nobody can put any type of fear in my heart, respectfully. That's cool. That's great. But just know that you playing the game that you playing is looking to go to the other side. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation. Like, this doesn't make sense. What you're doing here is absolutely insane. You feel me? This is wild. Why would you even put yourself in a predicament to even be like, why would you put yourself in a predicament where you can be put upstairs? I'm just asking. You're not afraid, that's cool, but why put yourself in a predicament where you could be unalive? So you're just gonna act gangster until somebody does something. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pretend that you're a gangster until something happens to you. Okay. Until something happens. And then everybody's gonna say, hey man, that wasn't right. That's insane. Mr. Shadina says, with Junior in the car. This lady is insane, man. She's wild. She's completely lost her mind, man. She has. She's lost it. Listen, I'm not saying that she don't got her chains, but it looks like she don't got her chains, gang. It looks like she does not have her chains, though. I'm gonna just be honest, bro. It looks like your chains are gone. The mere fact you waited damn near a day later to say that, hey, I still got my chains. You're showing us a picture, but that could be a picture of when you first got the chains. That could be a picture from however long ago. This doesn't prove anything to me. I mean, she doesn't have to prove it either, but this doesn't prove that you didn't get your chain snatched because you did a video without those chains. You didn't do a video with those chains yet. After the fact, you did a picture. You took a picture with those chains, but we don't know if that picture is new or not. It's easy to say you still have them, but we don't really know if you still have them at all. So you could be lying right now because this isn't enough proof. This isn't valid enough to say that you still have those chains. I mean, $500,000 worth of chains is absolutely insane. I think you lost those things. I think going to Compton and getting into a scuffle with those chains on, you would lose those things. I think that's just cause and effect, though, in my opinion. But a lot of people were saying that Wack 100 orchestrated this madness. Well, he didn't orchestrate anything. He might have gave the idea, but he never orchestrated nothing. Wack 100 don't got no rank out there in Compton. And if he went to Compton, something bad would happen unless he was under cedar block Pyru protection by way of the game. That probably would be the only way he get into Compton. I mean, at least just roaming around, because he don't have no respect out there or in LA, period. All right. And by the way, Compton and LA is two different places, by the way. It's not the same. A lot of people think that Compton is in LA or something, but it's not. The city of Los Angeles is the city of Los Angeles. Then you have Compton. You also have the LBC. Those are all separate places with different gang politics, by the way. Okay, the same gangs are not out in those areas. It's different. It's different rules there. You dig? But a lot of people say that Wack 100 is responsible for this. So cool. That's great. Let's take a look at that no jumper where they talked about that situation. Let's talk about that.
I told her she should leave Los Angeles.
In general.
Period. Take you and your child, go back to Baltimore.
Because of anything in particular? Or?
Yes. Start Baltimore baddies.
The 20 versus 1 clip?
Yes.
That was part of it too?
But let me tell you something.
You think that's serious?
Let me tell you something. I done did a lot of trolling. And I am who I am. And I got a whole side that'll stand with me. Mm-hmm. But if you get into it with an individual, you keep it with that individual.
All right.
Because they'll say, oh, he did show hood. We did show hood too. We don't get along. You anyway, right? Mm-hmm. She dissed the whole Crip card.
Yeah.
There are women who bang harder than some of the men.
Right.
Y'all don't see them because they banging. But they put work in, they do all that. They serving. You see the little broad they picked up, the little Hoover chick, right? She was the leader.
Kind of ironic. He said that the women is banging harder, and then Chrisean gets ran down by some Crips that's females. Ain't that crazy? All champ. Let's continue. Ain't that wild?
The whole shit, right?
What was that, Lady Poke?
Whoever she was, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's dangerous about it is she's walking around not understanding.
Right.
Really what she did. You thinking you dissed her, and this is the second time she did it. I got the video where she dissed the whole the first time at my studio, but it was contained.
But it never came out?
Never came out.
Ooh. The
homegirl from 76 East Coast, Tiny Bodine's sister, wanted to whoop her ass, but they stopped her, right? Now, years later, she's on a big platform, YouTube, with a bigger voice, and you run around here with $500,000 of jury on, and you then dissed one of the biggest movements in LA County. Let's not forget this Crippin', right, along with Blood and Powell and Hoover, goes across this country.
So basically, he backdoored her, if you want to be correct. Wack 100 basically backdoored Chrisean in a way. Because this is after Chrisean, this is all of the Crips out there in LA. Calls them all types of sea animals and all that. You know what that means. Violating the Crips. Because of Blueface and all that, she got these BPS bloods. 20 BPS is just roaming around her. She thinks she's comfy. She's comfortable. She's giving the blood members chains and jewelry and all that, doing favors. Everything. She's feeding the wolves, gang. She calls them out. And she get to Compton, and there's 2 women who are Crip members who run up on her. Supposedly take her jewelry. Now, Chrisean said that she still got the jewelry, but she ain't really proved that she got it. Because she ain't do a video with the jewelry on after the fact. She showed a picture, but that doesn't mean that picture happened after you were done fighting. You didn't prove anything. You dig? So, you're dissing these Crips. Don't think that this is going to be just one occurrence where you have to run it up with some Crip members. Since you're dissing the Crips, which is a very huge gang. I mean, there's multiple Crip sets. Not all Crip sets get along. You got Crips that beef with a lot of other Crips. But you will definitely be joined in unison with hands, feet, knees, and toes by every Crip set. Just off the mere fact that you're dissing all of them. I'ma just say that. But people believe that Wack 100 set this up. He didn't set up anything. What he really did was reveal the information about her that could get other people to do something to her, which he did. You revealed the information and she had on $500,000 worth of ice on. And that alone is definitely gonna make anyone that's Crip try to run up on her, whether it's male or female. You dig? Ain't no rules in the street. So what Wack 100 basically was revealing is that, hey y'all, you know she got like 500,000 on her neck, right? Yeah. So you see her talking crazy. I mean, Wack and Chrisean don't like each other, by the way. They not friends. They not cool. I remember when Wack 100 and Blueface was running that 304 house a couple years ago. Wack 100 called the police on Chrisean Rock to get her up out the crib and all that. Chrisean and Wack are not cool. So in a way, Wack 100 kind of greenlighted her. He didn't set her up, but he kind of greenlighted her because he spoke on his platform speaking about the value of her jewels. And then she goes to Compton, which is absolutely insane. What the hell are you doing in Compton? Nobody should be going there unless they're from Compton. And she, to me, in my opinion, I think she got robbed. I think she got them joints taken. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. But hey, who am I? I don't think her showing a picture after the fact means anything because those pictures could have been taken before the fight. That's how I'm looking at it, though. You dig? But let's keep this thing going. All right, let's keep it going.
So it ain't just here, but you here in the mecca of it. It's no way that them people who call themselves living and dying about that, who will rob their own homeboy for a key of cocaine, is gonna let you run around this jungle with $500,000 of jewelry on, and you done dissed everything they stand for. Eventually, something's gonna happen. If I was her as a father, I would say, daughter, sister, leave.
He just basically told the inevitable. What Wack 100 did was tell exactly what would have happened anyway. But him saying that you got $500,000 of jewels on your neck was gonna get you robbed, gang. Period. If niggas found out, like, word, 500,000? Listen, you know what, they 500 racks is gonna feed the whole hood. The whole hood gonna eat handsomely for a long time. 500 racks? Oh, champ. Everybody eating good. Gonna feed the whole block, champ. It's wild. Let's look at some comments, man. Michael Connor says she can say what she wants. We seen that slap and it was hard as F. She did get slapped though. That is a fact. Joy to the World says I don't think she showed her face because might be a little swole. I didn't see no swelling. I mean, I seen the videos. I ain't seen no swelling, but it's gonna get bad, champ. Michael also says she keep it up, she gonna get what she asked for. My elders always told me, you think you bad, there's always someone better. 1,000%. You out there in the gangland where it's infested with gangs trying to act hard, act gangster, talk about you ain't scared to go upstairs, walking around with all this ice on. Listen, plenty of people done got blicked for less. You seen what happened to PNB Rock. You don't want to be another PNB Rock now, do you, champ? Well, let's continue.
I don't want to see nothing happen to her. I'm not a Crip, but I understand how that goes.
Right.
If I sat here right here and just dissed the whole scene, there's a strong possibility I won't see Christmas.
Right.
Because now you didn't isolate it.
Yeah.
Even the enemies that don't get along, you diss them too. You can't even really go stand with nothing.
Okay, but the question is, do you think that people are actually bothered enough by this that people would be willing to act on it? I don't doubt that someone could see her out and about and do something to her, but people are not driving around looking for Chrisean, right?
Adam, your problem is you sit down with me and Brig and then Hefe and dudes that's kind of like
mellowed out a little.
On our shit, right?
I feel you. I'm just saying that's a different thing to go out hunting Chrisean.
Listen, bro.
Nigga, they'll hunt whoever they want. Shh. What you think happened to quite a few people out there? You dig? Bum Jump says, man, these West Coast bloggers happy Chrisean got jumped. She fought and kept her ice. That wasn't a safe move, but these dudes from the West bragging like it's a win for them. Who said she kept her ice? It hasn't been proven that she still has those chains, champ. So how she really got it? She didn't prove it. Showing a picture of the ice means you could have took that a long time ago. She didn't show. She doesn't have a video after the fact with those chains on, champ. And when she did her response video, those chains were not on. at all. So she didn't prove anything, to be honest. Until we see a video with her on saying, hey, I still got my chains, then it's nonsense. The Nat says Wack is a liar. Him and Blue probably set her up. No, they didn't. They don't got no rank in Compton. Blueface don't got no pull in Compton. Wack don't got no pull in Compton. Wack 100 not a gang member no more. He can't go back. He's from Pacoima. He's from the Valley. That's a whole different thing. He used to be Pacoima Paru, but his OGs and his big homies said if they see him, they gonna send him upstairs. Facts. So there's no possible way that anybody in Compton outside of the game who's connected to Wack 100, but the game is connected with the Cedar Block Parus. That ain't crippin'. She got attacked by some female Crip members from whatever set they from out there in Compton, because Compton has Crips and Parus. Wack 100 don't got no pull, no real pull in Compton, bro. And you really won't even see him out there. You might have seen him there in the past. But bro don't got no rank in Compton. He don't pull no stops out there in the streets of LA, Compton, LBC, anywhere. He don't got no pull like that. Blueface don't really gangbang like that neither. Yeah, he rep schoolyard Crip and all that, but he's not actively gangbanging neither. So I don't know what Blueface could have done. Blueface is from schoolyard Crip, not even a really big Crip set in comparison to other Crip sets that are way bigger. You dig? Doesn't he have females on Clubhouse that work for him? What does Clubhouse have to do with the streets? We talking about the streets. The streets ain't Clubhouse. You know, I'm just saying the streets and Clubhouse don't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But let's continue.
There's some people out in this world, more so than the ones that's not, who that's their life. They feed on that. She's food. Not only did you violate, you got $500,000 on your body. You get what I'm saying? So it's some real, man, I got some homies that if you say cuz around them, they getting off. They want to kill something. And there's some Crips if you say blood around them. These people do exist. They're not in this space because I don't even bring them around. Because I know in our space we mix. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't. They just not ready.
This the only time Wack 100 telling the truth. Because 9 times out of 10, this old nigga's telling a lie. Truth be told, honestly, what Wack 100 is saying is really common sense for anybody that knows. He didn't set her up. He just said the truth. If I know you got $500,000 on your neck, I'm going to say the exact same thing Wack is saying. Like, oh, because guess what? This could happen anywhere. This could have happened in New York, goddamn Mississippi, Tallahassee. This could have happened anywhere, bro. This could have happened anywhere. This could have happened in Baltimore. Baltimore got gang members too. Yeah, they got Parus in Baltimore as well. This could have happened anywhere. This ain't even just for the West Coast. This could have happened in any hood. Any hood where this could have happened in goddamn London. It could have happened anywhere. It's just common sense. Common street smart says, hey, you out here talking crazy about a certain gang. If you say this in New York or you talk about niggas as sea animals, we got a bunch of Crips in New York too. We got a bunch of Crips in New York too. New Jersey got Crips. Technically speaking, a lot of places got Crips and Bloods and Parus and all that. A lot of places have these gangs, man. So it could have happened anywhere. You shouting out any type of sea animals, disrespecting any Crips, it could have went down wherever Crips is at. Period. Don't matter. So this is, to me, just common street knowledge. Wack 100 didn't set up nothing. He basically just said, hey, you know, you got 500,000 on your neck. Why are you talking like this? And why are you roaming around people's hoods as if nothing can happen? What she has is clearly an unalive wish. She don't want to be here no more. The way Chrisean is moving, she's moving as if she don't like life. And it's literally as simple as that. It ain't complicated. It ain't that nobody set nobody up. Nah. It's that she's out and about in the open. You don't have to set up Chrisean Rock. She's outside. You don't have to set up someone who wants to be seen. There is no need to set them up because they literally are looking for someone to do something to them because they think they're invincible. So it's not even about nobody setting nobody up. She's setting her own self up. It's a self-sabotage. Did you know that, champ? Yeah. It ain't complicated. It ain't that Wack did anything. Wack didn't do a damn thing but reveal information that would probably cause her to get got. But let's continue.
For this type of environment, but you know, my advice to her is on some real shit. I'm gonna tell you why, because when shit like that happens, the wrong person always gets hit. And I would hate for a tragedy to happen.
You know what's crazy?
It always happens like that.
You know what's crazy is that's the homie that she was talking to, D-Mac.
It's bigger than him.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, like, I was kind of impressed with how he held his composure together.
I'm surprised he ain't caught no heat or not getting at her.
Yeah, because it would have been pretty reasonable for him to. But I was
kick a chair, kick her out the chair, something.
Because he's fresh up off the porch, so it's like he's a younger dude. I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have wilded it out, but I thought that he kept it pretty player and kept it moving because he let her know that ain't cool, but he didn't wild out. He didn't act on it.
She lucky D-Mac, I don't know him, didn't have a couple of his homegirls there because they'd have rushed her. See, that's bigger than D-Mac. Wherever he from, that's cool. He's from such and such crib. See what I'm saying? So D-Mac can't control that.
Yeah.
D-Mac can't say, well, she dissed me, she called me a bitch, or she dissed my hood, let me deal with my hood.
See, the problem is a lot of y'all think, so a lot of y'all not from LA, so y'all think that Wack 100 got some type of say-so in LA because y'all see him online. That nigga will never be seen in no LA. He won't be seen in no LA hoods. You ain't gonna catch the nigga at Roscoe's nowhere. And you damn sure ain't gonna catch him at Marathon Burger unless he got an unalive wish. I ain't gonna lie. Wack 100 don't run nothing at no damn West Coast. Nigga, he's on the internet. You ain't gonna see that nigga outside. He's the type of nigga that called his DoorDash order, get a DoorDash delivery, and hide until he see that the DoorDash driver is gone. Nigga, no contact delivery. I don't want to see a nigga peeking out the side of the window to see if that driver is going to make sure that nigga is not a member, champ. You heard? I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all think, but this nigga holds no value or weight in no Los Angeles, Compton, or the LBC. Hell, he don't even hold weight in the valley where he from. You dig? No, Blueface don't got no pull in LA. No, no, he does not. He's not actively gangbanging. Yes, he reps Schoolyard Crip, but he's not spinning on nobody. He's not gangbanging. Yeah, he's Schoolyard Crip is not a big set. They're not a big Crip set. They're actually a smaller Crip set. They're not that big, and he's not spinning for them niggas. I'm sure there's niggas that spin for Schoolyard, but it ain't that nigga. Matthew Connor says bro was liable to do something to her right then and there. When she said that word to him, he probably got a stern talking to by his OG, but not doing something right then and there. You're probably right. If you don't get a DP for it, because guess what? If she's outright disrespecting the set, she gotta get cooked off. She gotta catch wreck immediately. That's a fact. You gonna get yourself a goddamn DP allowing her to talk crazy about the game like that, especially in your face. And if your OG catch wind, well, it's about to be a problem. You dig? Yeah, again, was Blueface supposed to get DP'd? I don't know. What happened to where Blueface needs to get DP'd? Blueface don't do nothing to get DP'd. No, Blueface didn't get DP. There's people who was saying that he got a DP or anything like that. I don't think that actually happened. I don't think that actually happened. He didn't get DP because what would he be getting DP'd for exactly? Run up these likes, gang. Smash the like button if you have not. What the hell?
She dissed every Compton Crip, every neighborhood Crip, every block Crip, every underground Crip, the set of Hoover Crips, the hustler Crips. She didn't, the mafia Crips, she didn't diss the whole shit.
I guess I'm just surprised I haven't seen anybody mad about it yet. Like you would think that there's gonna be an Instagram reel of a guy saying, "Man, fuck that, man." Just somebody doing it for some clout. It feels like people don't really care that much.
Adam, I got homies that don't know how Instagram works. It is real people out there that are really banging the way you're supposed to bang. They ain't on social media. They don't really, when they go out to do their thing. They moving every day how they moving. Everybody is not on social media, bro.
Then Nat says she's not a gang member. Doesn't matter. She acting like one. It doesn't matter if you're not banging. She's roaming around with BPS, Black P Stone. That's a blood set. She's acting as a gang member. She got 20 bloods around her. Let me explain something to you. If you roam around with a certain gang and you're not a member, it doesn't matter. People gonna look at you as if you are. Because at that point, you're pretty much letting it be known that that's who you with. You don't always have to be a legitimate member to get hit. If you are around these people all the time, you're being considered to be one. And then you're talking hot. It doesn't matter if you're a gang member or not. You're putting yourself in the mix. Why are you in the mix? Do you want to get put in a situation? Because if you wasn't trying to get put in a situation, you wouldn't even be hanging around them people. Why are you hanging around with gang members in the streets of LA? Unless you want to be a target. You're making yourself a target. You're antagonizing a bunch of other gang members, multiple. You're antagonizing other gang members. You don't know nothing about the politics, and you're trying to act like you the big bad wolf. So when something happens to you, you ask for it. You did? So a female who dates a gang member is therefore a gang member? Not necessarily true. But she's putting herself in the mix though. You're putting yourself in the mix. So at that point, you're affiliating yourself. Understand? It's just me says she really thinks real life is like baddies. There are thorough women who do this to survive. They don't get paid, and it's not for clout. It ain't for clout. It's an identity. It's just what they grew up on. Maybe they parent or somebody in their family is affiliated, etc. They grew up into the game. They literally were born into the game. Affiliating yourself in the gang, you might as well be a member. And guess what? The streets don't give a damn. Once they see you out here and you antagonizing them and you roaming with their ops, you're also an op. You're also going to be made an example of. You don't just get to talk how you want to talk about people and their hoods when people have lost their lives and put in pain behind that flag and that hood. Just saying. But let's continue.
Brother. And those are the ones that you never see coming. You know why? Oh, I gotta pee, pull over. And you pull over into a shopping center. And because you ain't from here, you don't realize you right in the middle of this neighborhood, that neighborhood, that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Dude see her. He sent a text. Hey, old girl over here that dissed the seat, bitch got all her jewelry on her. You see how fast they killed 88 bands? Right?
Yeah.
You don't think somebody spotted him and called that in? They wasn't waiting on it. They'd been waiting on me, would have never made it in.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Run up these likes, gang. You gotta get these likes up, Chin. So what are we doing? Run up these likes. Listen, Wack 100 didn't set up nothing. He's literally just painting these scenarios in which things can happen. He didn't set up anything. He literally is speaking common sense. Speaking common sense, I guess, isn't so common. Are you not used to Wack 100 speaking in common sense, maybe? You dig, but you gotta abuse the like button, please and thank you. You heard that? That's a necessity. But Wack is just speaking facts. That's all. And I usually don't even say that because he's a bozo. He's still a bozo. I mean, that don't change nothing. He's still who he is. You dig? This is me says exactly. And if you have brothers who are on the streets, You have to consciously choose to either be a civilian or affiliated, but you can't do both. And that's a fact. You can't do both. People trying to, what happens to niggas who do both? They lose their life. Nipsey Hussle was a prime example of you can't do both. You can't be the good Samaritan and gangbang. You can't be the guy to try to save the hood and still bang. You just can't do these things, champ. There's consequences. There's consequences. Let's keep it going.
He spotted him going in there.
Right.
In his enemy's smoke shop. It happened that quick. And I think a lot of people, because they don't see it on social media, think that element ain't here, but it's here.
Right. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Honestly, like that moment made me go from somebody who generally dislikes her or thinks that she's a bad person to being like, oh shit, like I'm gonna feel pretty bad if you end up a pack, but you're gonna get there real quick. Like, we've learned, like, look at the Unk situation. Like, Unk came out here, he dug himself a little hole pretty quick just by mentioning a few things.
And even
Mr. Shadina says, I can't believe she went to Compton, thought she could bully. That's like the most ignorant thing you could possibly do. When I seen that, saying, wait a minute, she got jumped in Compton. First of all, why is she even out there? If you not from Compton, you should not be there. That's like going to the hood of Chicago as a tourist. Are you insane? You shouldn't be there. What are you doing over here in the hoods? That's kind of insane. Like, this ain't no tourist spot. This ain't that. This is a champ. This is where it goes down. Then Nat says, well, I hope she doesn't date another gangbanger. Listen, I hate to be the person to give you the bad news, but she probably gonna end up going upstairs out there because she thinks she gangster. Ain't no saving Chrisean Rock. Chrisean wants to smoke, and she gonna get exactly what she looking for with time. Maybe sooner than later. Mistress says she's very lucky the men were there. It could have got, exactly. If the men wasn't there, it would have got worse. It could have been a real bad. You don't know what could have happened. Is it just me? Since every action has an equal and opposite reaction, I would never go anywhere just grabbing on people's phones. I don't even do that with my own people. It's absurd. Yeah, grabbing phone is crazy. Grabbing a phone is wild work. You are asking for rep. You dig? Oh man. Ike Turner Hand says at the end of the day, she needs to take care of that child back home to Baltimore and get out of LA, period. Yeah, get out of LA, because what are you doing? She it's not a wake-up call until you realize it's a wake-up call, by the way. You wouldn't say it's not a wake-up call unless you realize that it is a wake-up call, because apparently it's not. She thinks she more First of all, Chrisean thinks she more gangster because she thinks she stood her ground, and she didn't learn from this. Nobody clapped Chrisean. Chrisean never been clapped before. Nobody blicked Chrisean. She's not gonna learn until that start happening, unfortunately, and we don't want that to happen. But once that start happening, that's when she gonna understand. Maybe, I don't know. Shorty Nick says facts, cause she think it's just gonna keep being a fight. She with that. Them niggas gonna come out soon. Them weapons gonna come out. Yeah, the weapons is gonna come out. The blicks is gonna come out. It ain't always gonna be hands. Period. Oh man. Unc says stay out of NOEs if you're not from here. Stay out of Third Ward, Houston, etc. Yeah. It's like going to Brownsville, Brooklyn like it's a vacation spot. Nigga go to Brownsville thinking it's sweet. Nigga just roaming around with all his chains on like he not about to get robbed in 10 seconds. Understand? It's the same thing. But let's continue.
With that, that ain't like, if Munchie said, all right, I accept his apology. That don't mean nothing to all the rest of the homies.
Yeah.
This roll out the penitentiary every day looking for a lick.
Yeah.
You got an out-of-town broad then diss something. and she run around here like that. Bro, it's men that can't run around with what she got on being respectful.
Yeah. Nah, facts. We've seen it happen.
Shit. Yeah, though, you know, and I wasn't trolling. I really would, you should really leave. Go to Baltimore, tell Lemmy, hey, we want to kick off Baltimore baddies.
Yeah.
Them bitches out there fight.
Yeah.
And build your shit out there and put a wall around you, and then you running around with what you running around with. Either you gonna get put on or you gonna.
Maybe she's the shooter. Maybe she's prepared to put in her own work.
Even shooters get shot.
Also, like, what are the odds that these bloods that she's been hanging out with still like her in 3 months?
What are the odds that they like her now?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, but
Man, them BPS niggas using her for what she giving them, man. She just feel extra gangster because she had 20 of them niggas protecting her, and she trying to bully these other chicks with these 20 blood niggas. Like I said before, there have been niggas who came to LA and got blicked for less. She's doing everything possible to go upstairs. I'm gonna say it again. She's doing everything in her power to go upstairs. She's not humble. She's calling niggas all types of sea animals, crabs, lobsters. She's going all the way in. With time, it's not gonna be hands and feet no more. By the way, with time, you heard? Run these likes up, gang. Damn, why we only got, gang, we gotta get the likes to at least 100. Come on, champs. Listen, it's easy. But then again, you know, you got a lot of Chrisean Rock fans who don't want to hear this nonsense. You got a lot of people who are fanned out over this girl who has NBA Youngboy disease, who's a trifling mother. I mean, a trifling mother. You got people who are fans of this degenerate, who think that, oh, well, she's just the top of the tough of this, the tough. You gonna be crying in a second. You keep thinking this is funny. You keep thinking it's just gonna be hands and feet all the time. You'll see. I don't want you to see, but you're gonna have to see, because you need to understand that this is not a game. A lot of y'all are not from the streets. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about the streets. You ain't been in no trap house. You ain't seen no gangs. You ain't been around no gangs. You just go off what you see on social media, but you have not seen that face to face. But you eventually, you're going to have to understand that this is not a game. I'm just saying.
You ever studied the Venus flytrap?
Not so much.
How it opens up?
Yeah.
It makes it very attractive, get off attractive scent. That you come in and get real comfortable, and get real relaxed, right? It might even let you leave. So you come back with 2, 3 of your little fly buddies. And then it's over with.
Yeah.
It's darkness.
Oof.
Beep.
But okay, does it worry you because Blueface just going to an event and then having 20 dudes who realistically are from his, like, one of his main rival hoods? Like, it's not a joke at that point. Like, who knows, are these dudes turned up enough? Even if it's a short period of time, it's like, this is stuff that could have real consequences, right?
Of course they're turned up enough. They're from a neighborhood that's well respected.
Yeah.
Shout out to my homie Fat Rat. A neighborhood that's well respected. They wasn't up there for him. They was up there to impress her. You know, it's gonna be time to pay the piper. Because if they was up there for him, they would have waited on him.
You're saying that,
you get what I'm saying?
If they're smart, they're making sure that she's breaking bread the right way.
No. If they gotta come out and take a penitentiary chance and travel with you somewhere, you think them cats that come out of them projects gonna let a broad just move them for nothing? She don't rap, she don't sing, all she can do is do the dumbest thing she did and say, I just got 170,000.
Boom.
Now you got your jury, so now here goes the thing. We squeeze it for the 170. We need a dub for coming out. The homies need this. And then we said, okay, she got 120 out of 170. 211 in
You know what's gonna be crazy? The moment she stopped feeding them BPS niggas, what you think might happen? I'll let y'all be the guess. The moment she stopped giving them niggas chains and money and food or whatever, what you think gonna happen? Do you think them BPS niggas really give a damn about Chrisean, bro? They using her for whatever they could get out of her. As long as she keep paying her way, as long as she keep giving them niggas things, this is cool. But the moment that she stopped feeding the wolves, what you think gonna happen? I'll let you be the guess. Crazy thing is, maybe it's not gonna be somebody that's Crip that does something. You ever thought about that? Maybe it won't even be a Crip member who tries to do something. Might be somebody else. It's just me says she's not built for this, for real, for real. She doesn't know how to move anywhere she goes. If you want to pop it online and set switch, calling YNs crabs, you need to know how to move militant everywhere you go. Facts. Talking like this, you was rocking, and the nastiest part is your so-called baby father was Crip. You was rolling with him, Jack and the Crip. Now you switched up. Now you with the Bloods now. And you ain't just with any Bloods. You with Bloods that's under the 5, which and a lot of Bloods in Cali are not under the 5-pointed star. They into a whole different thing. You think for 1 second it's safe. It's gonna get bad. Let's continue.
progress. You want it back. The homie say he can get it back for 80.
You know what she should watch? Some of them 6ix9ine documentaries.
Yo, that's a fact.
She might get a little window into how all this might work out in the long run. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I can't lie.
Yeah, bro. There's nothing about that. There's nothing about that that's safe, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that safe. We wish her the best of luck. I'm giving her the best advice I can.
Or maybe she'll really join the hood and she'll have a prosperous career as.
There ain't no such thing as a prosperous career joining the hood. What? Anyway. Listen, man. Mr. Sedina says, I think LA County has shown her grace, but she's out of control. They ain't showing no real grace. See, I don't think grace exists there's no such thing as grace in LA County. I don't think grace actually exists. Grace and LA County don't go together. Some people don't realize that LA County and the city of LA is two different things. I remember like some years ago when I was talking about Wack 100, niggas was like, everything is LA. Like, no. LA County and Los Angeles, the city, is two different things. LA County has a lot of different cities there. But LA is one city. Los Angeles, the city, is one thing. Then you got Compton, the LBC. You got the IE. You got the Valley. You got those are different places. You know? You got different places, champ. County is just a whole group of a lot of different cities, champ, including the city of Los Angeles. Mr. Sedina says she could have been rolled up so many times, but they gave her a pass. I don't think so. Sometimes things just don't happen as soon as people think. There's always an element of surprise. When it comes to people getting ran down, everything just doesn't happen right away. Listen, it might take months to a couple years before something happens too. Everything doesn't happen fast. They'll wait. It's like that. Get back, you gotta understand, get back, there's really no time limit on get back. Get back happens when it happens. I don't think people understand that concept. Yeah, you might have did something, but it's just not gonna happen right away sometimes. It can happen, but it'll wait. It'll sit. It'll happen when nobody expects it to happen. When it comes to street business, you don't get hit right away, depending on the severity of what you've done. It really depends on the severity of what you did too at the same time. What she did is a crazy offense. But like I said, whenever somebody wants to do something, or when they want to do something, is when they'll do it. There's always a strategy when it comes to get back. Get back doesn't happen right away all the time. Most times it just doesn't happen right away when it comes to get back. So you might think that they're giving her a pass, but they really not. As a matter of fact, there is no grace being given in any of those places. Because if that was the case, the way they smoked other people who not from there, come on, and the way they smoked other people who's not from there is showing you that there's no such thing as grace being given. I'm gonna just be honest. But let's continue.
A member.
There you go.
That'd be cool, right? Maybe it'll be a happy story.
It can be Big Chrisean, Lil Chrisean.
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like...
Shut up, Adam, nigga. We ain't asked you for all this, you heard? Relax, gang. We ain't asked you for all that. But look. This is gonna get ugly. And you know why? Because remember she said this. This is from her Instagram story. She said this. Remember, she said this right here. You see that? She said that. She ain't scared. She the big bad wolf. So whatever happens, happens. She ain't scared. It is what it is then, right? All right then. Hey, listen. Do the man a favor, man. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you share the video. Let me know how you feel in that comment section. If you're new to the main channel, make sure you subscribe. You won't have more content because there's a whole lot of nonsense going on. So you know I'm going to cover it. You dig? Hit that hype button as well when the video is done. Smash the hype. The hype button helps the channel in a major way. Okay? But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. You ready, gang? It's the mayor. The one and only New York Mayor, F. Mom Donnie. And you rocking with the 10 favorite Showface news. It's Big Gotham. You already know it's the 10, which is everybody at all times. Hit that hype button, gang. I'm up out of here. Salute.